hand. Our left hand is going to be used for the box and whisker plot. And back in like March 18th, we talked about like your maximum would be your thumb. It has maximum power. The one that has the less power is your minimum. So maximum and minimum. Then the middle finger is called your median because it's in the middle. Median, like what's the number in the middle? Then the two new vocabulary words were lower quartile and upper quartile. That's the new one. When we did the line plot on Monday, they asked you for like the minimum. So goes into play with box and whisker plot. This is another way of showing data. On Monday, we learned about a dot plot. This is one way of showing data. A box and whisker plot, which looks like this at the bottom, is also a way to show data. Okay? This is, let's say I ask, okay, how many siblings do you have? And the median answer was 4. And the minimum was 2. And the maximum was 6 brothers and sisters in the class. This is just an example, okay? So we're going to have this opened up. And we're going to go into our packets from statistics. And we're going to turn to page 8. I'm going to work a little bit backwards. And the reason I'm going a little bit backwards is I'm trying to do like the one that makes more sense and is easier to look at. So everybody turn to page 8 and have your left hand available. So if you're still copying the left hand, copy the left hand. We're looking at this. And on page 8 of the packet from Monday. Packet from Monday, page 8. Oh, patience, Miss O'Malley, patience. You can see it. Terrible. Just terrible. 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 Julio, can you pass this to Frank, please? Thank you, everybody. All right. Okay, well, this is really weird. The scenario for number 1 on page 8. Yeah, the incubation time of the following birds are observed and plotted has been drawn. Read the plot and answer the question. So here are all okay, so one thing about the box and whisker plot, it doesn't show you all the numbers, okay? It shows you the medians, plural, medians of the data. Okay, so let's see. Write the first quartile from the given plot. So there are 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see the 5 dots? They're like your 5 fingers. Each dot represents a finger in order of your hand. So this first dot is your pinky. This last dot is your thumb. The middle dot is your middle finger. Okay? So they match. If I'm asking you for the first quartile, what finger is that? My ring finger. So first quartile, sometimes it's called the lower quartile. So your first quartile, lower quartile is my ring finger, or this one. So if it's my ring finger, what number dot is that? 1, 2. So it's my second dot. So we're going to look for your second dot right there. This is your first quartile. So my eyes deceive me sometimes. Oh, is that in the middle? Is that 15.5?
No. Wait, no, is that 15.5?
It's technically 15.5. I can see where you can say 16, but technically it is 15.5. What is the maximum incubation time? So which finger represents maximum? The thumb. Which dot is that? Dot number 5, right? So where is the dot number 5? What number is the 5th dot? 35. So the number one mistake that kids do is that they'll say the maximum is 50. Why would they say that? Because the number line goes to 50. So they're thinking, oh, Miss Amelie, look, my graph ends at 50. It's like, yeah, but the plotted graph is here at 35. Okay, so don't just go here. Always look where your last dot is. What's the median? Okay, so which finger represents median? The middle finger. Median, middle finger. Okay, what number dot is that? 1, 2, 3. It's the third dot. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 20.5. I mean, this one kind of sucks because it's like the decimals, so that makes it a little bit harder, but it's fine. But it's supposed to be an easy one. Once you memorize your 5 fingers. Once you memorize your 5 fingers, the box and whisker plots are extremely easy. All right, let's see what number 2 says. The data of the number of smartphones distributed in 9 months are collected to make a box and whisker plot. Okay, so this is how many smartphones were distributed to each store. All right. Write the median from the above given plot. So median.
40.
Yep. What is the least number? Least number, also known as minimum. So what's the least number?
34?
Let's see. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Write the third quartile. Third quartile. Look at your left hand. Which dot is a third quartile? What number? Number 4. Wait, is that in the, yeah. So 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 48.5? We're okay? All right. Okay, so now, let's see. What do I want to do with you guys? Okay, let's do page 9.
You don't seem thorough.
What happened?
You don't seem thorough.
I don't. Because there's so much stuff I gotta teach you from this. Yes.
Why is there a box? What's the box for?
Decoration. Shows the length of 8 bones in inches of a human being. Oh, so here are length of our bones. So very science-y. So we're gonna create a box and whisker plot. So here's what you have to do. First, to create one. Okay, good news is you probably don't have to create one for the test, right? You have to just be able to read them, okay? And there's one last thing I have to teach you about reading them. Well, you might have to find quartiles. Never mind. All right. First thing you have to do is before we start creating your box and whisker plot, we got to put these in order. We're not plotting all of these numbers. We're not putting like a dot on 50.5, a dot on 27.5. It's not a dot plot. So first thing we have to do is put them in order. So let's put them in order. What's the smallest number? So let's write 23 right here, comma. I'm going to cross it out. Then what comes after 23? 24. All right, everybody do this. Let's go. What's the next number? 26. Then 27.5. Then 36.5. Then it's your 40, 49, 50.5. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course it's an even number, of course. Did you write them in order? Okay, so what's the minimum? Okay, so this number is your minimum. What's your maximum? Okay, so we know how to do that, right? Minimum, maximum. Is it too light? All right, now comes the tricky part. Find the median. How do you find the median?
Cross.
Cross them out. Lightly. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I have two numbers in the middle, right? I hate that. What do I do when there's two numbers in the middle?
You find the mean.
No.
You find
You add
what's
them
in
up
the
and
middle.
divide
What's in the middle? Okay, what's in the middle? What's 27.5 plus 36.5 is 64. 64 is in the middle.
No.
No. What do I gotta do? Divide by 2. 32. So, in the middle is 32. This is your median. Okay? So far, are we okay? We're just finding the middle number. And oops, there's two numbers in the middle, right? So what's in the middle? 32. We're okay? Okay, now we need to find the lower quartile. The lower quartile is the middle number of this side. So what's in the middle of this side? Well,
25.
yeah, 23. Now we cross this one out. Oh, 24 and 26. What's in the middle of 24 and 26?
25.
So in the middle is 25, and that's called your lower quartile. So look, how do I find lower quartile? I find the middle of the first set of numbers, and then the middle of the upper numbers. So that's why it's called lower and upper. What's the median of the lower half? What's the median of the upper half? Okay, so now let's see. What's in the middle over here? Oh, great. There's two numbers in the middle. 89 divided by 2. What's 89 divided by 2? 45.5. That is your upper quartile. All right, so now we're gonna plot 23, 25, 32, 44.5, and 50.5. These are our 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 23, 1, 2, 3. Put a dot on 23. Put a dot on 25. Put a dot on 32. A dot on 44.5. And a dot on 50.5. 5 dots. We connect the first 2 dots and the last 2 dots, and then we connect the middle dots with boxes because it's called a box and whisker plot. The more these boxes are spread out, or these whiskers are spread out, that means that the data is more spread out. So here, there's a big gap here, right? So that means that these numbers are pretty spread out. The range is pretty big. Here, this boxer is a lot smaller, so that means that there's a lot of numbers that are close together, right? Kind of like if I were to do a box and whisker plot about your ages, wouldn't you all be kind of all close together, right? And then if I throw in my age, boop, it would still all be close together, right?
No.
Yeah.
Extra credit for those of you who said yeah.
Only for Armstrong. Yay.
Only for Armstrong, exactly. So you can, like, sometimes they'll have you describe, like, is the data pretty close together or there's a big difference? So this would mean big difference. This would mean pretty close. You can also find the range. Doing this, big and small. Another one thing I want to go over, which makes no sense, unfortunately. Each of these sections is worth 25% of your data.
Oh my god, what? That doesn't make sense.
Median is the one in the middle, right? So what percent is in the middle?
50?
50%. Oh, look, I have 25 and 25. That would be 50%. And then this is your other 50%. So sometimes they'll ask you, what's a 75 percentile? Oh, 75 percentile. Oh, that would be this. You know how we talked about percentiles for the map? That's how they get the percentiles. Where are most of the kids landing? Oh, okay, so we're going to say that this about is average 50%. That's why if you look at it, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like, well, what's out of 100%? What is the map out of? And no one really knows. And everybody keeps scoring at 99 percentile. So this kind of is also in that realm. So sometimes they'll ask you the 50 percentile. 50 percentile would be the median. It all kind of comes together. All right. I'll try to make an easier one. This was a little on the confusing. Which is the longest bone? The 50, right? What is the first quartile of the given data? First quartile. First quartile is lower quartile. Which number represents your lower quartile? Very good. What is the median?
32.
What's the shortest bone?
Eighth rib. Eighth rib.
Eighth rib. What is a third quartile? Also known as your upper. Wow, that was hard. That was hard.
Hard? That's not hard. We should do this more often. Are you doing Box and Whisker this week?
No.
Let me do one. Actually, I won't have a lot of time. Okay, I'm going to give you numbers in your notebook. Can you just put them in order? I'll be nice. I'll put them in order. We get out at 53, right? 53, yeah. Okay, we have 4 minutes. Okay, let me see. I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, yeah, 7. I write that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2 more. 16, 18. All right, so write the numbers 2 through 18 on your paper in order. So I made them in order. So write this in your notebook. 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way to 18. Count by twos. Go. Write it down. Go. Write this down. Write this down. All right. So I'm looking for your minimum and your maximum. Those are the easiest ones. Those, as long as they're in order, you can do minimum and maximum. Okay, what's the minimum?
2.
What's the maximum?
18.
Okay, so you know that, right? Just minimum is the smallest number, maximum is the biggest number, right? Okay, now notice how I write these down. I'm leaving space, right? Okay, what's the median? What does median mean? Middle number. All right, so cross them out. 10, right? This should be level 0.000 negative 1. We're okay with these three? These 3 things you should know. No big deal. Pretty easy. Now comes the tricky part. Lower quartile, also known as first quartile, okay? Just depending on the worksheet. Okay, the lower quartile or the first quartile is the median of the first half. The median of the first half. So,
10 and 2.
no. What?
5.
10 and 2? What?
5.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Don't include the 10. The 10 is already your median, right? So you don't look at it.
8
Boom. Okay, what 2 numbers?
8 and
5.
You have 4 and 6 in the middle, right? What's in the middle?
5. 5.
In our notebook. Yeah, I know. Oh wait, we don't want to leave you. It's sad. It would be terrible if we rush through this.
Then I have to take a picture of it.
Yeah, and be worth 1,000 points. I like it. Okay, so you have 2 numbers in the middle. What's in the middle of 4 and 6?
5.
So that is what we call our lower quartile, first quartile. 5. If you want to put an arrow. Okay, what's in the middle of the upper part?
15.
So let's write that upper Q, also known as your third quartile, and that would be 15. Key is that we don't include the 10. Is that a little bit better on the math part? Because the other one, I get it, was a little confusing. Next period, I'll start with this problem and work the other way.